माननीय सभासदों, माननीय सभापति जी,
papers to be laid on the table. Sri V. Muralidharan, 1 to 9.
Respected Chairman, sir, with your permission, on behalf of my colleagues, Sri Prahlad Singh Patel ji, Sri Ashwini Kumar Chobe ji, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Balian ji, Srimati Anupriya Singh Patel ji, Susri Shobha Karandale ji, Srimati Darshana Vikram Jardosh ji, Sri Som Prakash ji, Sri Kailash Chaudhary ji, Sri Devu Singh Chauhan ji, I lay on the table of the House the papers listed against their names from serial numbers 1 to 9 in today's revised list of business.
This we have permitted in view of the COVID situation, that too for this session only. Otherwise, ministers has to be present and then lay. Okay. Report of the department headed parliamentary standing.
This is the third time you are telling a concerned minister should come and play. Because क्या काम रहता सब यही काम है ना session में.
Right. Then there is, I have underlined another thing which you have missed. This is permitted because of this situation. Otherwise, and also we want less this thing so that there is no.
Once we can excuse, often a habitual offender हो गया.
Correct ना, Malikarjun ji, ये COVID हमारा हाथ में नहीं है. Otherwise, I would not have excused COVID also. Okay. Report. Right. Report of the Department Headed Parliament Standing Committee on Education, Women, Children, Youth and Sports. Dr. Vinay P. Sahasrabuddhe.
Honorable Chairman, sir, I present the 334th report in English and Hindi of the Department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education, Women, Children, Youth and Sports on the action taken by the government on the recommendations contained in the 316th report on issues related to safety of women.
Reports of the Committee on Public Undertakings, Sri K.C. Ramamurthy.
Sir, I rise to lay on the table the Hindi and English versions of the action taken statements of the Committee on Public Undertakings as listed against my name in today's list of business. 10th report of the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the observations, recommendations contained in the first report of Airports Authority of India. 11th report of the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the observations, recommendations contained in the second report on the Central Coalfields Limited. 12th report on the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the observations, recommendations contained in the third report of the Food Corporation of India, and 13th report on the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the observations and recommendations contained in its English report on National Thermal Power Corporation Limited. Thank you, sir.
Statement of the Public Accounts Committee, Sri Bhuvaneshwar Kalita. Kalita ji. Sri Sekti Singh Gohel. 9. Okay. Statement on the Committee of Public Undertakings, Sri K.C. Ramamurthy.
Sir, I rise to lay on the table the Hindi and English versions of the action taken statements of the Committee on Public Undertakings as listed against my name in today's list of business. The 5th report of the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the observations, recommendations contained in the 13th report on unauthorized withdrawal from the escrow account held in the fiduciary capacity on behalf of the Government of India by Mumbai International Airport Private Limited. So, 14th report of the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the observations, recommendations contained in its 8th report on corporate social responsibility in select CPSUs. 12th report of the Committee on the Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the recommendations contained in its 11th report on planning and implementation of transmission projects by Power Grid Corporation of India and Grid Management by Power System Operation Corporation Limited based on C&AG Performance Audit Report of 18 of 2014. So 25th report of the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on its recommendations contained in the 19th report on National Highways Authority of India. 6th report of the Committee on Public Undertakings on the action taken by the government on the recommendations contained in its 22nd report on financing of renewable energy projects by Indian Renewable Energy Development Authority Limited based on Performance Audit Report of 12 of 2025, and 7th report of the Committee on Public Undertakings on action taken by the government on the recommendations contained in its 24th report on review of loss-making CPSUs. Thank you, sir.
Who is the chairman of PUC? Chairman of Public Undertaking Committee. आप ही है?
No, sir, Mr. Gangwal, sir.
Gangwar ji. Good work, so many reports. Statement regarding government business, Sri V. Muralidharan.
With your permission, sir, I rise to announce that government business for the week commencing Monday, the 7th of February 2022 will consist of one, consideration of any item of government business carried over from today's order paper. It contains further discussion on the motion of thanks on the President's address. Second, general discussion on Union Budget 22-23.
Sri K.C. Venugopal, Sri Neeraj Dangi, Sri Samir Oran, श्रीमती कांता करदम सबको जन्मदिन का बधाई। I have not admitted it. It's not a matter to be taken up here because it's not in front of us. This is not a matter which has been brought to central government. So, I have not permitted